1, 2, 3, go.
We're too deep in the slime. I'm Damon,
I'm Sam.
I'm Eben.
I'm Logan.
and we're too deep in the slime. It's basically a short animation about the power of community. It follows a group of warring slime tribes. They fight this creature known as the Mishipeshu. We'll get into that later. They realize they must put aside their differences. They gotta join together as a group. They gotta become a community, if you will, to survive.
So the rigging was done by Evan, and the animation was done by me and Evan, and Logan helped out on the snow scene because we just didn't have the time. The environment was done by Logan, me, Evan, and Damon, just the entire group. The modeling was mainly done by Damon for the Mishipeshu, and Evan worked on the slimes. I mainly worked on the storyboarding and for just how we would relate to the theme of community.
I did music, but it was not used.
Yeah.
So here's some of the storyboard.
Yeah, I worked on the storyboarding and concept art. We tried to focus on the theme of community for this because that's the requirement. Our inspiration for this was Slime Rancher, Genshin Impact, and a lot of Native American lore. We played around with some ideas. We worked on like a FedEx postal service exorcist for a little bit.
I just have a list of ideas, interesting idea.
Yeah, we had a gang of people with beards who were only united because everyone else didn't have beards. And then we decided to focus on a Native American tribe that was like a...
Slimes.
Yeah, it was slimes. Yeah. So, that was good.
Okay.
This is some of the concept art that I kind of like wrote down and drew up just so the animators could have a general direction to work towards for the animation. And yeah.
So for the texturing, which mostly me and Evan worked on, some of the challenges we had were trying to find the right look for the animation and trying to get a consistent style across everyone's different scenes. And some of us, and possibly all of us, had to look at some tutorials to help out and learn a lot about how the lighting and cameras worked with texturing.
I despise tutorials. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I did all of the rigging and a lot of the animation. The biggest struggles with it was nobody in the group knew how to rig or animate a rig before starting the project. So we had to adapt to a lot of new issues, like the bones moving in ways that we didn't want them to, or making them move and interact together with other rigs.
Okay, so we did modeling. So we have to like make the base mesh first. So you can see the Mishipeshu down in the bottom left area-ish, and that's the creature basically. We'll get into like the lore and the Native American thing later. Again, I went through a couple trial phases with the top two, and the bottom two are kind of final things. And, and then Evan did the slimes up at the top. And so basically mythological creature up by a lot of tribes up in the Great Lakes believed in it, and it was, I don't know, I just want to make a cool monster. And it basically was like made of copper, hoarded copper, like a dragon hoards gold kind of thing. It resides in the water, and it like pulls people in with its tail. It was that was the idea. That I believe is all.
Roll film.
Roll film. Thanks for watching, and roll the film.